Presses are some of the most fun and challenging skills to have in your trick bag. This simple drill will get you started on presses. Pressing on a Summerboard is surprisingly easy because with each press you form a tripod of support that you can lock into as a balance point.
But before we get started on concrete, we're going to practice on carpet because that makes learning a lot easier. Another thing to know about learning presses is that you have to find that balance point. And in finding that balance point, you're definitely going to fall at least once kind of backwards on your wrist, so you definitely want to use a wrist guard, at least in that learning process, because let's face it, you're just going to fall at least once or twice.
We're going to start by rolling the board forward to get the wheels pointed in the right direction. Start using a wall or a chair for support. Position your foot as close to the edge of the board as possible. You want your body weight to be directly over that back truck balance point. Slowly lean back until you feel the edge wheels touch the ground. Now the tripod has been formed. Notice how this is a pretty solid balance point to hold that you really get locked into nicely. Practice holding this balance point with a wall or a chair or a desk to support, then eventually remove the support and get in and out of this balance point on your own. Personally, I always keep my board near my desk and practice this skill even when taking calls. Once you're 100% confident and comfortable on carpet, it's time to try on pavement. For safety purposes and to make bailing super easy, you might want to consider removing the footholds during the learning process. You don't need them for presses.
Now we're going to try this rolling for the first time, and especially now it's critical that you use a wrist guard because we're not going to be using a chair, we're going to be rolling, and you're definitely going to fall a couple times as you dial in that balance point.
Start at a slow speed so you can easily rock into that balance point. Keep practicing until you can hold that balance point for the entire length of your practice area. Even if you don't have space for practice, the balancing in place on carpet or concrete can really help you dial in this balance point for presses. Now it's your turn. Get on your board and master this skill. Revisit this video as often as necessary to keep your bearings throughout the training process. Take the extra time to get comfortable before moving on to the next skill.